Hello and welcome to the next vlog. Not been on for a while because the weather's been awful, so going on a narrowboat's not been too great in that time, and been really busy, so do apologise for that. Anyway, this time it's all about stern benches. There you go, you wanted excitement, here we are, stern benches. Now when we got the boat, WaterLily, the benches on her were very faded and quite narrow as well, but we put up with them because they still work, not a problem or anything. The same problem that we had with this, with probably most semi-trads do, is that the back curves in, so when you're leaning back on your bench you're sort of getting a bit of metal in your back, so we sort of wanted to have a bit wider bench so that we can sort of sit out a little bit. Toyed with the idea of cushions as well, and might even still cushion these benches that I've made, so we'll see what happens in the future there. Anyway, so that's the plan anyway, which is what we wanted to do. We've always had a problem with one of the stern lockers has always been wet, and when it really rains it boy does it fill up with water. And investigating this, I couldn't see where the water was coming in. I was looking around the edges of it, that was all fine, it was running away fine, but the bench itself was getting saturated and it's getting wet underneath, and I think it's just lost its waterproof properties. It just seems to be coming through the bench itself. And this has obviously been going on for a long time because there's a pipe which has been attached to the bottom of the locker, which then just goes into the bilge. So rather than try and see what was causing the problem before, the previous owners or the syndicate, whoever, just drilled a hole in the bottom of it and put a hose on it so it could drain away. So it's an alternative way of solving a problem there. The problem I had is that had since rusted over. Obviously it's getting very rusty in this locker, and that the hole to drain had gone, so it was just filling up with water. I was sometimes having to pump out the water and everything in there was just ruined. So eventually found where the hole was, so as a temporary thing I just punched that in again, so at least it could get out into, I drained it into an orange bucket, just left that there, and that's the history of it really. And all those things have sort of come together, and I thought, right, we'll get some stern benches done. Looked online as to if anyone did them. There were a few people, but they didn't really seem too keen to do it. I think it's like a sideline that they do, and they said it would cost a lot because they needed to come and get templates, because all of these are a weird and wacky shape, no straight edges or anything like that. So no, that was a bit strange. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to have to come and do this myself, I think. So looking around at trying to get the correct sort of wood, told that Hexagrip is probably the best one, which is like a chemically bonded material, lots of layers of wood with like a ribbed top on it. And that looks really good, so got some of that. Cut it. Well, the template was interesting because obviously I needed to make them slightly larger, so I sort of taped them out, so it was a black underside, so I was a little bit flummoxed as to how I was going to mark this, so I just used white tape in the end, and that seems to have done the trick. Cut it with a jigsaw. That seemed fine. Sanded it all down. Then varnished it, so they've got 3 or 4 coats around the edges. You need to seal it off, otherwise it starts leaking again apparently. Got some hardwood for the underside, so it fits better, and pop them on, and they look really nice because they've not been weather faded at all yet. They're still nice and black, and it just looks really nice. Yeah, looks really good. So there you are. That's fitting stern benches, and it's sorted out the water problem, so we don't get that in there. We've also got a canopy now from Canopies, which goes over the back, and that obviously is going to help an awful lot to stop water ingress into the bilge and engine area and all that sort of thing. So that's going to help, and so the problem wouldn't be as bad, but it was just nice to do. And I may well fit cushions on that in the future, but we shall see. So there you are. So that's stern benches, another job done. Yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers. Thank you very much. Bye bye.